My name is Vlad Karpel. I'm CEO and founder of Tradespoon and Yellow Tunnel, and today we're going to have a live trading room open to trade stock and options using our technology. For those of you who are new, welcome. If this is your first live event, do me a favor, type in first. Always want to welcome new subscribers. Disclosures are very important. Please read them. Trading stock and options involve risk, not suitable for everyone. You must be aware of the risk and be willing to accept it in order to invest in current market conditions. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not registered with FINRA nor SEC. I'm showing you what I do in my own account based on my own risk tolerance level for general education information purposes only. All right, let's take a look at the market and see if anything has changed. Again, the biggest announcement was, well, actually, I'm not sure what is the biggest. Is it Nvidia earnings or is it SpaceX, Cloud AI, and ChatGPT? Biggest IPO, all worth, trillions of dollars, trillion and a half. That's probably bigger news. SPX. Basically almost retested all-time highs. It's been glued to the 7,400. It spent a little bit time below, so I would say new low is 73.50, right at that 20-day moving average. So 73.50 is your support. We are trading above 7,400. That's bullish for the market. We're almost retested all-time high around 7,500. We're as close as 74.65. Equal-weighted S&P trying to break out. I don't know how successful it is with hesitation. Small caps approaching all-time high, emerging market approaching all-time high. 10-year yield did pull back. It's all about interest rates. We made maybe close to this week low after the last Friday rally. But no new signal, right? We're still trading above 450, but not at 470, right? So depends which side you're trading on, but no new signal. High yield is stable, oversold, almost reached the April-March lows. So definitely you see distress in the bond market, whether it's junk bonds, high corporate bonds, spreads between junk bonds and treasuries. This is all feeling the sign of distress. That is worth watching. Gasoline futures are down, reached 50-day moving average, getting to the oversold level. Brent is right at the 50-day moving average. Crude oil pulled back, right, with the hope that there will be progress in negotiations. In Middle East, SpaceX is going public. Claude, let's see, let's look at our friend Grok. So look at Vanguard trade. And then we'll look at the Grok. Summarize main news only from May 21, 26. That. All right, so Nvidia earnings, Walmart earnings. Walmart is under pressure, right? Nvidia fluctuating between gains and losses. It was as high as 227, now pull back. Again, I don't think Nvidia is any more longer the proxy for risk taking or technology. There's just a lot of competition from Google and Amazon, and because they have their own flavor of semiconductors. And obviously, it's all now, everybody's going to shift focus to SpaceX, Claude, and OpenAI, ChatGPT in there. And then Walmart also underwhelming, down 6%. If you did earnings, Walmart put spread, I'm down on the put spread. So I think I did 123. Let's see, 123, 124 put spread. Let me just double check that. Still holding kind of sold short stock to mitigate some of the risk. But it's basically stuck in between 125 and 124, 125 and 120 strikes, right? We talked about 125. 125 has high open interest, and then 120 has high open interest, right? So it's trading in between these high volume, high open interest levels. What is it? What's that spread is worth right now? Trade. Still have it. So 70 cents. You can close it for 70 cents. So that trade goes against me. Nvidia. The put spread is profitable, and the call spread, it never got to the, it never made that one standard deviation move. So I'm trying to close 235 to 45 call spread. It got close to 50 cents, but then reversed. And then 210 to 7 put credit. I mean, you keep, so I'm down basically $1.10 on Nvidia spread. Walmart, I didn't do it in my account, in the Tradespoon Yellow Tunnel account, but if you did it, you can close it for 70 cents, the put spread. What else? In terms of today, mainly leadership comes from, your screen's not changing, sorry about that. Sounds good, right? Okay, sorry about that. All right, so let me just do this again. All right, so Walmart pull back. If you did 122, 123 put spread, you can close it now for 70 cents. Or you can leave it tomorrow, and tomorrow it's, it could be a profitable trade, or then you can go to the maximum loss of $1. I tend to close. I mean, it depends on the, how strong the close is. If it closed like this, I would just close it. I mean, I guess it could get to 124 tomorrow. I mean, Walmart has been a good stock. It potentially could lead, but it can also retest 120 or even below. Right? It's kind of a double top, not a good price pattern. Nvidia is down, right, from all-time highs. It's almost made new all-time highs, but then reversed back down. But still, Nvidia is not a proxy for risk taking, because you can see Akamai is up 1%, Amazon is up 1%, Qualcomm is up 4%, Micron is up 2%, STX down, up 7, LRCX. So all of the AI stocks on the news, and how much revenue Anthropic is making, right? That their revenue quarter over quarter doubled, right? And we're talking about billions of dollars. So obviously this idea of Anthropic, the AI agents that can help you with your coding and homework and doing profit and loss analysis, that's growing exponentially, basically. The adoption phase is well on its way. So spiders today, I mean, basically retesting all-time high. It hasn't really gone anywhere in the past 3 weeks. Equal weighted S&P, same thing. Small caps, same thing. We're close to all-time high, but no new signal. And the main culprit is the 10-year yield, right? 10-year yield. It's off the session, off the highs this week, 470, but still above 450, right? So as long as we're above this line, I think I would not press the accelerator, right? I would not press accelerator until if you're a bull. If you're a bull, I would not press accelerator and just wait for pullbacks and better entry points. What else? Oil swings and inflation concerns. Crude oil sharply, briefly topping 100, boosting energy stocks, but raising inflation fears and pressuring broader. Oil later retreated, a line of partial market recovery, geopolitical tension, Iran fueled the moves. Okay, fine. US-Iran negotiation optimism around potential peace deal progress. Trump admin cons on final stages supported Wednesday rebound was followed through effects on Thursday. Okay, so yes, I agree. Fed and rate backdrop. Richmond Fed Birkin noted rates may not fully address supply shock inflation, but could hike if needed. JP Morgan Diamond warned rates could rise significantly higher. This kept bond yield elevated and added caution. Okay, I agree. Market reaction summary. Major indexes showed mixed volatile trading, early pressure from oil yield and partial recovery later. S&P down, Nasdaq ended modestly higher. Okay, so I would say no new news. The main news is, what about Anthropic revenue announcement, revenue growth. Do you think it impacted AI trade stocks? Yes. Okay. I don't know why I had to poke it, but okay. Yes. Anthropic disclosure strong projections to investors amid a funding round. Q2 revenue expected $10 billion, up 130% from 4.8 in Q1. I mean, this is just mind blowing numbers. Was the first operating profit of 559. So a lot faster. I think they were supposed to go become profitable in 28, and I mean they're ahead of schedule. The news highlighted Anthropic rapid scale and path to profitability despite high compute cost, including major deals with SpaceX, AI, Nvidia, and positioning as a strong rival to OpenAI. It also tied into a broader AI infrastructure momentum. All right. All good. Who raised their hand? Fred. Hey, Fred. How are you? Can't type. Usually, Fred, you know how to type in the questions. But hi. Positive sentiment overall. AI narrative reinforces booming demand for frontier AI model enterprise. Limited direct stock specific move. Broader age, right? My view, this was a bullish for the AI trade in the medium term. It validates massive spending by models developers and show revenue catching up to hyper faster than expected. Short-term market moves on May 21st were Nvidia oil driven, but announcement added conviction for AI infrastructure winners. Okay, I agree. Okay. So that's 10-year yield. That's spiders. I mean, AI is great, but bond market is a lot bigger. So I think as long as we are above 4.5, I would, look for better entry points, try to raise cash, hedge, and stuff like that. Stock forecast toolbox for today predicted that the market is going to trade between 742 and 731. We're at 70.42, exactly where the market predicted. Trend is negative, right? We've seen enough damage where the model turned negative. I agree. I think, my opinion that unless we reach an agreement with Iran over the weekend, the air is getting thin on the upside, right? That's the expression. Air is getting thin on the upside. There's more risk to the downside than to the upside, right? And you would think that with an Anthropic announcement of doubling their revenue and becoming profitable way ahead of schedule, SPX should be up 2 or 3%, but it's not. So it means that market is overbought. So that's stock forecast toolbox. In terms of models, if you look at yellow tunnel for today, that's not a good answer. Let's try it again. Okay, better. Aggressive power trader. EVRG PLD, right? So utilities. I mean, I like that because Evergreen is actually at all-time high, where XLU is underperforming, right? So I do like that signal. If you want to have some diversification on utilities, does make sense. And a lot of signals in the real estate investment trusts, I guess, that have exposure to AI, right? So there were a few of them. PLD had a signal, AMT had a signal yesterday. AMT is actually, that was a good signal. Oh, that's one day, sorry. Yeah, so AMT up, PLD, KMI was a signal, right? So KMI. So, oh, sorry, KIM, not KMI, KIM. KIM, Kimco Realty Group, is also close to all-time high. So REITs are performance, a little widening of participation, not just AI stock, but this is good. In terms of signals, I mean positions, so let's review the positions. Amazon. So I did add to Amazon. Amazon is catching a bid together with other AI stocks. Looks like 260 is a good support, and it's staying above 20-day moving averages right now. It's a stock position, so I'm keeping it. Citigroup, another stock position. I closed the option position. Looks like it found support at 50-day moving average. Morgan Stanley actually making new all-time highs. Goldman Sachs is making new all-time highs. So that's positive, right? That at least there's some signs that that it's doing better. Financial sectors, emerging market, right? I added to emerging market. It looks like it's going in the right direction. So maybe it makes sense to trim some of these positions. So emerging market up is another 1% at support level around 64, held well. It's trying to close this second gap. So that's emerging market is doing well. Halliburton pulled back because of the hope that we're going to reach an agreement. Rig significantly 7% down, almost at the 50-day moving average. Fred asked about if this is still a valid signal. It's a little bit, I mean, it's obviously more volatile than other stocks, but it doesn't take a lot of risk. So maybe it makes sense if we don't reach an agreement and yield does jump back, maybe we can rinse and repeat the rig trade, but I would go into the next week, right? I would go into the next week. So what did I do? 6.5 and 7.5. It's trading at 33 cents right now. So let's see. I'll go into the next week. Trade option. Let's see. Trade option trade. Transocean. This could be a good hedge for your overall market. Oil has been a good hedge for market pullbacks. So I can go next week, 6.5, 7.5. Maybe even go 6, 7, get a little bit more premium, 80 cents. 80 cents, not sure. I can only make 20 cents. Just make a single call, maybe. Just buy 6.5 call, 45 cents. Why would you just do that? So I would go to Transocean, go into next week, and buy 6.5 call. 46 cents, buy to open. A little bit wide bid and ask. 46 is last sale. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So get back to the Transocean again. Just buy a single call that expires next week. Give myself another week. See if this was a signal from weekly trader and aggressive power trader. There were other stocks like I think EOG, right? Cisco's was on the list, Google on the list, LRCX. Model did a good job finding these stocks. EOG and OKE, how are they doing? EOG, yeah, not as volatile as the rig. So if you don't like volatility, then maybe OKE or EOG. These are the most recent energy signals. If you do like volatility, or you just you invest a lot less money, right? You invest a lot less money if you have 6.5. So then I would just buy Transocean. I mean, it's right at the 50-day moving average. Let's keep going. Any questions? Let me know if you guys have any questions. Emerging market. Let's see. Do I want to trim emerging market? We are kind of overbought. What did I buy? Bought to open. Didn't I buy emerging market? Did I already close at 67.40? Doesn't make sense. May 15. Oh, I bought 64.83. So I bought for 64.83. It's trading at 66. 66. So it's a quick $1.10, $1.20 gain. So it's 2% gain. So maybe it makes sense to close that trade. Just that trade. And just, sell the shares that I bought. Cancel. So 66.02. Yeah. So 66.02 basically sold the shares that I bought for 64.83. I mean, 2% move in the ETFs are pretty significant. So I would take some profits and then I can put an order to buy it again back. I mean, if emerging market does pull back, over the weekend, if we can reach agreement with Iran and it sells off, maybe just buy again at 64.10. Buy again at 64.10. Buy 64.10. 64.10. So buying again 64.10. Again, this is AI play. So just keep in mind that emerging market QQQ have a very large exposure to AI. Emerging market is just not in the United States; it's outside of the United States. But nonetheless, it's they're pretty highly correlated. If the market goes down, is it better to be short QQQ or spiders? Depends on how aggressive you are. Depending how aggressive. And the QQQ is more volatile than spiders. So if you like volatility, maybe short in QQQ. On the other hand, QQQ is also supported by the AI names. But for now, QQQ moves more than spiders. Like I haven't seen a day where QQQ sells off less than spiders. So that's EM. Sold 66, bought, waiting to see if there's retracement back to 64.10. I got Transocean, so Halliburton, I'm gonna wait. And still profitable. We talked about Nvidia. The put spread will probably expire worthless unless we have a sharp sell-off tomorrow. And then this is gonna also expire worthless. Qualcomm. So I rolled the spread, right? I rolled the spread, yes, last week. So I think at this point it's a profitable trade. Doesn't make sense. Not Qualcomm. So I bought at 330, right? And then I sold $1.50, the hedge. So made $1. So $2.30. So $2, so $2. So I'm down $2, and now I'm basically, so at this point I'm even on the Qualcomm trade. I mean, 210 is a good support, so you kind of know what your upside is, and downside looks like 200 is well positioned. Let's go to monthly expirations. So 200, 4,000 contracts. You have 210, 3,500. Not a lot of 220. You do have pretty high open interest at 212 calls, 220 calls. So next level either 220 or 200, right? Depending on the news in the market. Today's high, it was as high as 213.95. I mean, almost reached the escape velocity. Usually want it to be up by more than 2%. So if you're an aggressive trader and you like to take risk, I guess you can wait. If you broke even and you just want to kind of raise cash, then I would maybe take profit. Break even is also good. Let's see. How much cash do I have? I have a lot of cash. Cash. Okay, I have plenty of cash. Okay, I'm gonna hold. I don't have a lot of. I don't have a lot of positions. A lot of them is in cash. So I'll wait. Wait for $12. I think. Have an order to close Qualcomm option position at $12. Okay, that's Qualcomm, and then QQQ. I do have a put spread to hedge my QQQ stock position. QQQ is almost at all-time high. It held 700. 700 is now becoming even more important level, 20-day moving average. So for now, it's trading in the range. It's not making new highs, new lows. So range, you buy 700, you trim at 720. Any questions? Belash, Fate, Fred, Raul, Richard, Ted. All right, some of you came in a little bit later. Main chart I'm looking is a 10-year yield, right? 10-year yield, still above 4.5, no new signal, but off the session highs. How was so in terms of news, I think Anthropic revenue announcement, right? That they are doubling from $5 to $10 billion. That's pushing all the AI stocks today higher. And Nvidia was actually underwhelming. I mean, they beat on the top and bottom, but too much competition, and they're not growing at this. They're not doubling their revenue like Anthropic. So all eyes now on SpaceX and Anthropic. And also Fed rates backdrop. Richmond Fed Barkin noted rates may not fully address supply shock. Could hide need, right? So bearish, hawkish statements from Fed chairs or from Fed governors, not good. Oil prices, right? Still negotiation. It swings every time there's a new information available. So that's kind of not much you can do about that. Nvidia earnings, Walmart is down too. Walmart is down 5-6%, Nvidia is down 2%. So those are the main news that are driving the market. Trade what you see, not what you think. I think I said don't press the accelerator, right? Don't commit too much cash. Keep your cash, ample amount of cash. And you can take risky trades like Qualcomm or Transocean, right? So I did Transocean, did Qualcomm, but I would not have too many positions. We're highly speculative using options. So I trim emerging market, right? I bought it at 64.80, closed at 66. Just those shares that I bought, still trading around emerging market. I got back into Transocean, but using single call instead of a spread and going into the next week. And Nvidia put spread will expire worthless, and call spread never made it to 235. So those are all the positions. Any questions? Let's see this. Walmart, Qualcomm. We looked at Qualcomm, looked at Qualcomm. Okay. Any earnings worth experimenting with? So let's look at Walmart. Kind of not going anywhere. All right, let's see if there's anything else interesting on earnings. Oh, Deere had earnings. How did Deere do? Not so good. Okay, so Deere is under pressure after earnings. Williams Sonoma. All right, specialty stores. Somebody's buying. PJ Wholesale Club down 1%. Anything else of interest? Not really. Take-Two Interactive. Workday. So we do have Workday after the close today. Technology, software, with AI continue to be under pressure. IGV is down, Microsoft is down. So you have Workday and Zoom communication. Zoom is zooming, right? After last earnings, it's up. 50%. Let's see, zoom. $97. So they have 90 strike. Pretty tight bid and ask. So Zoom is pretty liquid. So yeah, 90 strike is pretty well positioned. Open interest, put volume, 3,000, 8% down. Let's see. Expected move, put call ratio. So I mean, it's pretty volatile. Could be up 10%, could be down 11%. 89, 90 strike. So okay, so if I sell 90 and buy 89, it's about 20 cents. 90, 89 put spread. Are people bullish or not? 2-to-1 in June expiration, and almost 2-to-1 in September expiration. Okay, I would say that's slightly bullish. Zoom. So let's see. 23 cents. Okay, so you can sell this for 24 cents. On the upside, I mean, you do have 105 strike, 100, 105, large position, 100, 105 level. Let's see how much is the 100, 105 spread. 7,000. Somebody is buying aggressively. 7,000. 105 strike. $1.39. So Zoom. Call spread. Vertical call spread 100. $5. $1.43. So that would be Zoom. So buy debit call spread 100, 105 and sell the put spread. Any questions? And then what else is earning? What did I say? So Zoom looks good. Workday, I don't think it's liquid. Let's see, Workday. 5 million shares. 110 strike. The problem with Workday, this is a software and they didn't. I mean, Zoom is a little bit different. Telecommunication, I mean, AI cannot replace Zoom. But AI can replace some of these services that Workday provides. 130, put wall 130. So 10%. See what the reactions were in the last 4 quarters. Down 12%. 100. I assume people are bearish on Workday actually. Actually, not that bearish. 121, 110. Workday 110. So that's this guy. Okay. 110, sell 110, buy 109. Pretty wide base, right? You have these 30 cents, 40 cents spreads. Not very liquid. I guess 111 is better. But yeah, pretty wide bid enough. So I'll skip on Workday. Talked about Zoom, Dakar, Bull Line. I think that's it. Yeah, no more. Ross is not very liquid to take to interactive. I'll stick to interactive. Haven't traded that stock for a while. Pretty liquid name. Take to interactive. Yeah, I don't see a lot of open interest. That's what I thought. Okay. So I'll skip take to interactive. CPRT. Gaming companies. CPRT. Yeah, nothing. Okay. Oh, VBull. I do like VBull. Is it liquid? 28 million shares. Ooh. 671. %10 move to $6. How long have they been public? This is, Robinhood, smaller competitive. Down 8, down 5, down 7. Call ratio. Wow, pretty bullish. Look at this. Somebody's buying these 10 strikes aggressively. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a cheap. I mean, I guess you can buy 7 call for 15 cents and just see what happens. You have to move 10% up. I mean, you do have 750. A lot of people buying 750 strike. Okay, I'll buy 7. A lot of people. I wouldn't sell the put, but you can buy a stock, buy an option. So 715. Okay. All right, so did the Zoom spread? Did bull just a call? And that's about it. Any questions? Where's the market closing? 10-year yield is at the session low, so that's good. A dollar is stable, nowhere. Value stocks are at session high, almost at all-time high. Equal weighted S&Ps, that's positive. So we have some banks and institutions, the investment banking start participating. That's positive. QQQ is also close to all-time high. Semiconductors is close to all-time high. Small cap, so broadening of participation is yield are pulling back slightly. That's always good. Emerging market also are up. Crude oil below 100 50-day moving average. Brent below 50-day moving average. Gasoline futures are at the 50-day moving average. Japan retracing some of the losses. Nvidia is down. SPX is right between 7,400 and 7,500, right on the spot. And how's our friend Qualcomm doing? Cisco, love Cisco. That was a good signal. Amazon, not too bad. Vanguard. Oh, Qualcomm. Did I get triggered? I did not. 1080, $11, close. Okay, that's all I have for today. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Thank you.